was gonna do a thing, a bit.
YouTube version, Moon Club podcast number 195, starting in about 10 minutes.
Alexa.
YouTube version started early.
Well, they're all over the house, so.
I was just seeing if she ate it or if you sat on it.
Dude, so check this out. This is a comedy bit.
195?
I talk about, I say, I got this fake Alexa app now with the fake voice, and I'm like, this is how you deactivate your Alexa device. And I say, I'm like, Alexa, can I stick a finger in your butthole? And she's like, sure, why not? And then I say, can I pee in your butt? And she like pauses and she goes, I don't know, it's getting late, I have some stuff to do. And I was like, can I take a doo-doo on your tum-tum? And just like a long pause, and she says, goodbye. It's like device deactivated.
Deactivated.
I was like, so that's how
Yeah,
you
Amazon
deactivate.
worker was only able to keep that conversation going. So.
Yeah. And then
Like, send it to an
MJ,
employee.
then MJ says, of course you could just unplug it too.
Right.
But that's not as fun. Because she'd be talking to other people. This way she's out. But anyway, I couldn't figure out how to,
Now, so what I was hearing the other day, and I ain't even had a chance to mention this to Jordan, was that I heard that they suspect that ball lightning may be a mini black hole.
no shit.
The what?
Ball lightning may be a mini black hole.
Did you see the ball lightning crossing the railroad tracks? Like somebody got a video of it, they're like, what
No.
the fuck is that?
But they said that it'll come straight in through your window and stuff and like be inside your house.
yeah.
I've heard
there was a
stories
story
of
about
it
that.
going down the center aisle of an airplane.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I met a ball lightning when I was out for a run the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah, it just like started jogging next to me, introduced itself.
What was his name? Or her name?
Nick Ball.
You be jogging?
Huh?
You be jogging?
I try to stay active. I like riding the bike more, so
Yeah. It's a lot less,
impact.
yeah. I'm telling you, you get an electric bike, you're not gonna switch. There's-
I like my man-powered bike.
Merman!
Yeah, you ain't never gonna have the calves like that officer and said,
Yeah, it's probably a good thing. But I mean, no, it's a pedal assist. It's not. I mean, you can go full throttle if you want, but so it helps you out on hills and so you can maintain.
It's like a moped.
Okay, let me see if this works.
Similar, not.
Alexa, can I take a doo-doo on your tum-tum?
I don't know, it's getting late. I have some stuff I need to do. Goodbye. I don't know, it's getting late. I have some stuff I need to do. Goodbye.
Goodbye's one word.
Goodbye. And you gotta like put a pause, right?
That's the problem. I don't know how to make it pause.
A
You
dramatic
wanna fuck
pause.
with that?
Well, I can't.
I wish I could ask her 3 questions, but I could upgrade to the fucking paid app to do that.
I had to unplug my Alexa because I don't need her answering your fucking stupid ass questions.
Do you ever go to the AI chatbots?
Oh, yeah, like, I've seen those.
Yeah, I had like a 4-hour conversation about movies with Alexa.
They're a lot better. I actually see some papers come out on some
Yeah.
stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But some of the really like older ones, they were so funny to just have conversations with because they'd say the most stupid things.
What about
Or you'd get them stuck in a loop or something.
Yeah.
the deep fake, where they're taking people like Joe Rogan who have, hundreds of hours of himself.
Oh, you could make a
online.
deep fake
Yeah.
of Joe Rogan saying anything.
Yeah.
for
I'm
sure.
glad that you said something.
Or of you
about
guys,
Joe
actually. You
Rogan.
said I heard you say you're on episode 190.
Yeah.
Who is Mike Tyson
If someone cared
gonna
enough, they
kill?
could easily do that with you too.
Yeah.
Who is
Nobody
Mike
cares about
Tyson
us.
gonna kill? That man is looking ridiculous.
You know he's making a comeback.
I think they're making him and Evander Holyfield fight again.
Oh, jeez. I don't
That's
think
what I
I
thought.
don't even think I'd want to see that.
Who wouldn't want to see that?
I would.
I would. Didn't you see Mike training?
Mm-mm.
You haven't seen Mike Tyson training?
Did you ever watch his
Recently?
podcast?
Yes.
Yeah, he was. I saw only one.
He is
clip.
an animal, man. He started doing this hormone replacement, and he's freaking going crazy. He said that.
Does he want to eat babies again?
He said that he's.
He said the God of War sent him back to fight. So.
The God of
Really?
War has awoken him. Yeah, look this shit up, man. I'm
I'm
telling
Yeah,
you.
that's something we should talk about.
It was on Joe Rogan's podcast too, because Joe
Huh.
Who
Rogan.
was it that made the
listened to
comeback?
it, now
Was it
I'm hearing
after
that.
20 years? Was it Holyfield? No, it was
Well, Holyfield, I think, is doing it too.
what's the guy that
And
made
that's
the
why I
grill?
said, I bet. You're talking about
Foreman.
Foreman?
No, Foreman.
He was only 40 something, right?
only.
But I mean, he wasn't a fighter. I mean, if you look at Mike's training,
Mike Tyson
Wait a
says
minute,
he
did you
feels
say George
awakened
Foreman
now,
wasn't a
and he's
fighter?
ready to start fighting again in charity matches.
not
The
when he
former
was that
heavyweight
old.
champion
He was
Tyson,
like a
50
tank
to
out
6,
there like
44.
this.
I forgot George Foreman was a fighter.
You know what I
just
mean?
remember him for the grill.
You know the Foreman Grill is the most successful kitchen appliance of all time?
Yeah, do you know Hulk Hogan was supposed to be the Hulk Hogan grill?
No shit.
And he
Yeah,
said
he
no.
turned it down.
I bet it feels like a dick.
Or,
It's absolutely hilarious.
I've heard that about
I
other
forgot he
people
was
too.
a fighter.
Well, he put a protein shake maker instead. Hulk Hogan's protein shake maker.
I bet he feels like the guy that quit the Beatles because of the stupid name.
Well, look, think about that grill. But yeah, look at Mike training, man. I mean, he is ridiculous.
Mike Tyson says
You know,
he
if
feels
you watch his
reawakened
podcast,
now,
he's
and
an
he's ready to
intelligent
start
human.
fighting.
Oh, yeah.
We'll lead off with this after Jason Silva. We're going live in like 2 minutes.
Mike's
Okay.
super cool, man.
Yeah.
Mike is super
You
cool.
watch his podcast, The Hot Box?
But he's one of them guys. Yeah, I do. But he's one of them guys that you would be scared to be in the room with, you know?
You
Because
never
which
know what's
Mike
gonna
Tyson
happen.
you gonna get?
But,
But yeah, if you got knocked the fuck out by Mike Tyson, it'd be one of the best things that ever happened to you in your
Yeah.
life.
You see that buzzsaw hit me? Remember that, Running
One of the
Man?
last things that ever happened to you.
Remember
A
that?
lot of people.
Running Man?
Running man. Yeah,
Buzzsaw!
I'm gonna step out and take this. It's my mom.
Is your pimp?
Yeah.
oh yeah, take your
Dude, your
time.
mom's your pimp.
P-I-M-P.
We'll start without you.
Yeah, I'm a motherfucking PIMP.
Hello. How you doing? What's going on?
Do you like stand-up comedy?
I do, but I haven't really been watching anything recently.
Okay.
I don't know what's
Two of the
getting
things
late.
that we'll cover. I got a bunch of stuff to talk about, and a lot of this stuff we'll just fall back on if we need to. If we can keep the conversation going, I won't like bring up other stuff. But
Yeah, I'm coming to this pretty
Well,
green.
okay,
That's what it's like it.
yeah, and we want it to seem natural. Like we don't like to like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. But there's
You got a pen, MJ?
two stand-up specials that are dropping in the last few days. One of them is Doug Stanhope, so we'll play his trailer, and then the other one is Patton Oswalt, so we'll play his as well.
Okay.
Hey, do you want something to drink?
I've got a water,
cool.
so that should be fine for now. Thank you. Oh yeah, did you hear about that in the nursing home in town?
No.
There was 30 plus cases
Oh yeah, my girlfriend was telling me
that
that.
all popped up from the nursing home. Thankfully not the one that Granny's at.
Where is she at?
She's at, I think it's called the Lodge something. It's over like close to campus.
Yeah.
They give you
I
like
think
a
that's-
right off
Is
of
that Heritage?
It's not Heritage.
It's
No, I
not?
don't think. It's
It's
either
off
I
of
think
like-
it might be the Loft or the Lodge. It starts with an L. Dad will remember for sure.
Okay.
Well, that ain't gonna happen every day.
It's over on like
You
off
got
of Broadway Street.
You got Jason Silva?
Near up.
Yeah, I know exactly.
You got, are you talking about,
Who do I need to get?
the song, J Mecca?
Yeah. Did I say Jason Silva again?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Right. Seconds.
This is the Moon what?
Moon Club podcast.
Moon Club.
I thought it was one on the solar eclipse.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I was born exactly a year later.
Going live in 5,
You can run on
4, 3,
for a long
2,
time.
1,
Run on
0.
for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta put you down. 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 Go and tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Well, my goodness gracious, let me tell you the news. My head's been wet with the midnight dew. I've been down on bended knee, talking to the man from Galilee, who spoke to me in a voice so sweet. I thought I heard the shuffle of angels' feet. He called my name and my heart stood still when he said, Jay, go do my will. Go and tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell them that God's gonna cut them down. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta put you down. You may throw your rock and hide your hand. Work working in the dark against your fellow man. But as sure as God made black and white, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Gonna tell that long-tongued liar, gonna tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him the God's gonna cut you down, tell him the God's gonna cut you down. Run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down, sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Yo, you can never touch this, it's just too much substance. I broke through the chains, lit away with the cufflinks. You can make it seem, but to me, it's nothing. You never match with a breakthrough in fashion. I'll re-stitch the fabric and bring it back surely. Seen you on the shore, you repping the wrong jersey. Nah, I mean, they on the wrong team. Paper chaser screaming out cream. Lord deliver us, you know I ain't giving up. They just wanna live it up on scratch offs and $50. Praise to the silly luck, I gotta keep it 100. Run it, clean how I done it, get it. I operate like City Hall, gotta put my city on. Didn't fit the first time, but I've been growing into it. They all getting giddy gone, it's going to say I pity y'all. I'm too busy nodding, rather not respond to kitty calls. Y'all can get your quickie on. Watch what you slipping on, girl, what you sipping on, dog, what you barking about. I'd rather be penniless, making plenty sense. You living in a glass house, I rent solo. I do it on my own, no YOLO. I never get cut, Kodo for sure though. Pardon me, my God, I'm calling on them all. Can't stall, I gotta tell them all. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. 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 Gonna tell that long-tongued liar, gonna tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him the God's gonna cut you down, tell him the God's gonna cut you down.
Peace.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from MJ's Wealthy Dreams apartment, this is the Moon Club podcast with AJ, MJ, and SJ, joined by JJ. Is it JJ?
Jordan.
Jordan?
Yeah, my name is Jordan Brainerd.
What's
My
your name?
dad.
Oh, of course you're named after Jordan Peele.
This episode of the Moon Club podcast is brought to you by Realtor MJ Adelman, Bloomington Normal's premier realtor for the Jewett home selling team at Remax Rising, and I want to be your realtor, and I will out-hustle everybody all day, every day, and then double up on Sunday to prove it.
True that.
This is where I say, we're currently in the loft of dreams until the studio gets fixed. Good evening, you lovely lunatics.
What up, freaks?
Now we do State of the Moon. The State of the Moon is, let me say, first it's Tuesday, May 19, 2020. Amid the coronavirus, it is 6:04 p.m. The moon is well, actually I'll say, it came up at 4:19 a.m. and it's going to go down at 5:16 p.m. It is currently waxing crescent. It is 8% illuminated. It is 404,891,000 kilometers away from us. It is 27 days old, and it is moving from Aries to Taurus tonight.
And I was waxing crescent earlier, and I believe you are getting illuminated.
Yep. That's a true story.
That's the way it works. And yes, this is Jordan. He is my youngest son and a current graduate from Illinois State University. I'm so proud of him.
In physics,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
we're lucky to have you here tonight. Are you going to get your doctorate in physics?
Hopefully, yeah, I'm into it. I want to get, hopefully, a PhD.
That's awesome.
But that's still so far ahead of me. I mean, I need to plan everything out where I'm going next. It's kind of scary, you know, because chains drop and I got to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
From undergrad.
So he changed you up, huh?
Undergrad.
Only at night. Only at night. I mean, and that's
You're a
mostly on
grad
full
student.
moon.
Where do you want to go to grad school at?
Yes, if I change
I
it.
have no idea yet.
Yeah.
And that totally.
What's the number one place to go for you in your field?
Hey, Austin, when you ask somebody a question,
Well-
let them answer it.
Okay.
Well, it sort of depends on what exactly you want to do specifically in physics, because physics is such a broad umbrella of fields.
Right.
Because there's ranging from, like, you know, solid state, and that's like things that would be more like technological appliances, you know, and everything.
Right.
We'll get back to that in a minute.
And then there's things that are more interested in theory, you know.
Yeah.
We've got weekly Jason Silva is called Technium, and I think this will get the
The brain
Moon
thinking.
Club podcast kicked off properly, and let's take a listen to Jason Silva talking about Technium.
I know what the fuck Technium is.
I don't think so.
By next week, I should have a monitor here where you guys won't have to turn around to watch it.
Mm.
I wanted to have it by today, but I didn't. It didn't come in the mail today.
You know, we live in a world of wonders, high-tech gizmos that boggle the imagination. We enjoy every single day. I mean, devices that have more complexity and more technology condensed into them than $60 million supercomputers had 40 years ago are something we get to enjoy every day. The supercomputers of yesteryear are in everybody's hands. You know, a young person with a cell phone in Africa has better communications technology than the U.S. president had 25 years ago. So there's no doubt that these are magnificent machines that we use to extend the boundaries of our thinking and of our reach. Nonetheless, people have this problem with technology because they think it's somehow unnatural. Enter Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly's book, What Technology Wants, introduces the concept of the technium. He calls the technium the aggregate of all of our technology. He calls it actually the seventh kingdom of life. He says the technium is self-organizing, it has wants and needs, and is subject to evolutionary forces. He literally says that evolution is playing out through the evolution of technology. Technology is birthed out of the human mind. If you were able to time-lapse reality, you would see our thoughts spill over into the world in the form of technology. We erect matter in accordance with our will. We reorganize the physical materials of reality and turn them into objects of higher organization. And we give them transcendent qualities. I mean, today we have a device made of plastic and metal that sends our thoughts traveling at light speed across oceans of sky. I mean, the fact that I can talk on the phone with somebody and have what Amber Case refers to as technologically mediated telepathy, mind-to-mind communication, is not just astonishing, but also, according to Kevin Kelly's idea, proof of the flowering of new possibilities, proof that technology is a part of us. It's made of atoms, it's natural, it sits on a continuum between the born and the made. Buckminster Fuller says, start with the universe, the earth, one single system, an integrated system. We are of nature. Anything that's birthed out of us is birthed out of nature.
Michie Kaku.
So it's all good. Nothing to worry about.
Michio Kaku.
He's one of my favorite.
That's
Alright.
a very cool dude.
I think the
Nice guy.
best thing in that was when he said that technologically
Mediated
telepathy.
telepathy. So the idea is that we didn't want to wait for our human bodies and minds to evolve into a state where we have telepathy, right?
Because the
Like,
aliens
I would
can
love
do
to be
it.
able to like send my thoughts directly to you, and like maybe someday we'll be able to get to that point. But that's not in our lifetime. So let's do
Well,
it
it
by
could
our
be.
phones and
It
these
could be.
things that we hold in our hands, and we can send pictures and thoughts and ideas to anybody in
Well,
the
yeah,
world
there
in
could-
a matter of milliseconds.
Like you said, that's sort of an argument that is a rudimentary form of telepathy.
Right, and
And you know,
it
and I
is.
think in a lot of ways it's the precursor to maybe what some might recognize as actual telepathy, because you even see now Elon Musk working with things like Neuralink.
Neuralink, yeah.
Yeah, and that's totally the object
Yeah.
of that is to interlace.
My
So
hero.
is the military, and they said
Oh,
by
Don't even get me
2025
started on things
that they're going
CIA
to have soldiers, you know, be able to be interfaced with their what's the word I'm looking back? Their home base, you know, so
Yeah.
that people will be seeing what they see real time and be able to tell them where the targets are,
Yeah.
approximately how far
Well-
there is, give them detailed information.
And not even soldiers, but we're sending drones up, you know, to do
Yeah.
all this. To
Yeah.
I don't think the next war will be fought with human bodies. It's going to be fought
Well,
with
you know.
technology and drones and
or probably be fought with the uneven mixed match of both. You know?
In 2015, our military took a lady, of course, and this is on their black ops and stuff, or not black ops, but their black files, and what they allocate, I believe, $3 billion a year for and stuff, the studies of all their secret
Yeah.
things. But in 2015, they took a paraplegic lady, and they went ahead and they interfaced in with their brain. And so she was able to move a robotic arm to feed her a bar
Right.
of chocolate.
yeah.
Well, then this same lady also learned to fly a fighter plane, you know, via a simulation and also learn to fly the drones.
And
that
if you
you're
think
talking
about where that's going, like that, able to like feed yourself a bar of chocolate or whatever. Think about it. When was flight invented? It was like
11?
something like that. And now,
Yeah,
you know, that if you watch that first flight at Kitty Hawk and how
Yeah,
choppy and,
yeah.
and I think it was only like 150 yards.
Oh,
something
only
like that.
20 years later, they're fighting battles.
No,
with
it
it.
was
cheap
Yeah.
tickets,
It
though.
was 60 years after the first flight that we landed on the moon. About
Right.
60
And
years.
it only took us 40 years before we used those planes to drop a fucking bomb on another fucking
No,
culture.
it was
right?
within a few years after the invention of flight. That
Yeah,
we
it
started
was
dropping
1944.
shit.
It was
bombs.
1944, right?
But we were dropping. They were dropping bombs on people before that. I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah,
I
well,
should have said an
fire
atomic. I
alarm.
should have said an atomic.
Okay,
You're right.
okay.
You're right.
I think another interesting thing that was brought up in that video is the idea of technology being self-organizing and as being, you know, the next sort of offshoot of evolution,
Yeah.
and being the seventh kingdom or whatever I think he said of life. And it really just depends on how you define life, right? Because he's talking about how we're taking, you know, inanimate objects and putting higher order to them, you know, and organizing them and so forth. And that's basically what nature does with non-living material,
Yeah.
and we call that life. you know?
Order out of chaos. And
Okay.
I like the idea of
Rising complexity.
you know, like we are right now the caterpillar that maybe is giving birth to the butterfly. Like the caterpillar doesn't know that it's
Right.
becoming a butterfly.
Yeah, we're
it
just
doesn't
here-
know.
We're just here to create AI and bring it in, and then
Maybe
they'll be
maybe
done with
that's
us.
what it is.
And then on a bigger scale, since you're talking about the butterfly, the whole butterfly effect, the fact that a butterfly's wings can affect something totally on the other side of
Right.
the universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
The flapping, I should say, of a butterfly's wing.
Chaos.
Order
Yeah,
out of
it
chaos.
could even cause a storm on the other end of the planet. You know,
Yeah.
that's what they say.
Well, when you asked me earlier if I was scared of AI, I mean, I think it's very much tied in with that because, you know, I don't want us to just usher in the next form of life and for us to have robot overlords. I mean, I think if we're going to be smart about it, we should keep ourselves
Yeah.
We better
using it,
we better
not-
think about what we're doing.
and think,
right?
and yeah, exactly, and be smart about what we do because we can't be too cavalier with like linking consciousness and sort of things. So then
Right,
we're
right.
creating super organisms and stuff and everything. And you already talk about things like economic inequality and it's problems in society that we deal with now. Imagine people having access to things like AI and then being able to organize
Right.
like that. And then
It's going to
being-
destroy us.
It's going
like
to totally destroy us.
the Amish are going to be the only people left. It's like they were right.
Well, I think like when we do get to that point where AI, if we ever do, AI is like the dominant force. And you said economic equality. That's a great thing to bring up. Like there should be kind of like the idea, the free idea of the internet. There shouldn't be like an internet for rich people. There shouldn't be an internet for poor people. It should just be access to the internet. You have access to the internet. Same way with AI. You should just have access to AI, not like you get to pay for certain access, right?
Right.
I mean,
Well,
it's gotta
Elon
be.
Musk is tackling
Well,
that.
because
too.
AI research is expensive, so people that are going to get AI will be rich.
Do you know
what I
about Starlink,
mean? And-
Jordan?
yeah, the internet
Yeah.
using
But-
the satellite sort of
Yeah.
network to provide internet.
Shoebox,
all
the
over.
shoebox satellites. I was going to say earlier that my hero Elon Musk has he's going to cure MS. Everything neurological that Neuralink can fix,
I
like
think,
Parkinson's,
I
MS.
think right now they're saying that stem cells will be able to cure MS within
Stem cells
probably
is a
years.
beast.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
Stem cell research is-
You know, one
That's
thing
why I'm
that
gonna rename myself StemJ.
Stem J, that's a good one. That's a good one. Little stem, Stemmy,
You gotta go STEM J.
StemJ.
Stem J, Stem J is over here.
Remember when
Stimulating.
we used to do that to one another, the drivers at Papa John's?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Scott Cockstem.
You know, I think that
Mark
instead
Vincent.
of
yeah.
trying to develop ESP or, you know, telekinesis with the use of AI,
Yeah.
I think we should go back and do, you know, a lot of testing with hallucinogenics like they did in the
DMT.
past. DMT.
You can buy
and
that
so
oil for
forth,
now.
and unlock our mind's potential. You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, I think there is a legitimate pathway there to with psychedelics and kind of like freeing the mind or opening the mind. I think it's really easy to overdo that. Like I think maybe like what would be called a heroic dose of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like you could probably do that once a year or
They're
18
legal in
months.
Nevada, yeah.
I don't know if like doing it daily or weekly is a good idea. I mean,
Well, I will
wait a minute, I don't
try.
know. It doesn't seem like it would be a good idea.
I
Yeah,
was
you haven't
sign
tried
up.
it out yet?
I was signing up for, you know, to be the guinea pig.
I don't know. In my limited experience, I should say.
Oh, hold on.
it's, you know, a
Put
way
my
to
dad bod on.
like connect your mind and restructure it in a sort of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Each strip gives you a new outlook on sort of things. But like you said, it's easy to overdo it because if you mix it up too much, you might get things
Well,
tangled.
we've talked
But-
about this before, but they say that we're going to have blood cell sized devices 1,000 times more powerful than
Let me
this.
let me
We
expand
talk
on what
about
he
a lot
was
of
saying
people in Silicon
because
Valley, they're doing things like microdosing.
microdosing. I love what Joe Rogan said about like a good mushroom trip is that like it feels like, you know, you come out of that and then you have this like if you say like your desktop wallpaper right here right now is your brain. He's like, and then I have a file on my desktop called all my old shit that was like fucking me up, and like I can go back into that file and look at it, but the mushroom trip allows me to just get rid of that
Delete
shit.
it in a
and, like,
folder.
delete it. Yeah, put it in a folder and just like, and now I can move on with my life.
Clean out the
Organize
closet.
it, exactly.
But
Clean it out a little.
How many times you do that? Like, it's not a daily. I don't think it's a daily thing, but maybe once. a
Maybe
year.
monthly.
I think in '89 it was a daily thing.
For
But
some
I'll
folks,
tell you
perhaps.
one thing, you know, again, as a person that knows somebody that may have known somebody that did that at one time, they said that it's like a release too, that you wake up in the morning and it's just like your whole body just feels like released, you know, like,
Yeah, renewed,
like you
maybe.
can just be like, boom,
Yeah, yoga does that too.
An interesting thing about
hot
DMT
yoga
I've heard
with
is
one
that,
finger in the, you know,
doesn't your brain produce a small amount of it when you die, or you know you're close?
Oh, DMT. Yeah.
DMT, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's speculated that like it comes from what's called the third eye or the.
the pineal gland.
Pineal.
Thank you. I was struggling to come up with that. But yeah, it might be, and I think it might even be proven now that you do have a
I think
small
there's a small
amount of
amount of
DMT released at the time of death,
Can't wait.
and that is, you know, maybe what helps us cross over. Or
Dude,
whatever.
I'm
I
looking
was gonna
forward
say
to
maybe
it.
that's the light
Or
that everybody
maybe it's
thinks
nature's
they're
way of letting
seeing,
you down
know?
easy.
Maybe.
I can't wait to see what's
Maybe.
next. And
Guess
you know
what?
what?
You're,
If it's
you're
nothing,
food for worms. That's what you are.
yeah.
Maybe.
We're the.
I think I'm cremated.
MJ often says we're the mold that came to eat the sandwich. As he describes humanity as that, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a quote from Joe Rogan. Yeah,
Okay.
but you had brought up the fact that, and I didn't know about this. Maybe I had heard it and I forgot, but the fact that Mike Tyson maybe wants to make a comeback.
And you know, you were talking about stem cells, but he's also doing something else that us old guys need, and that's the hormone replacement.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I saw Joe Rogan
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about that.
And so
I take. Well, I won't get into all the things I take, but a
Well,
lot
hold
of
on a
that.
second. No.
A lot of that is the idea is increase your natural testosterone and your free testosterone and all this stuff. Like, but let's watch the Mike Tyson.
Where can I get
Okay.
some of that free testosterone? Because I'm tired of paying for mine.
Well, here's the thing. Well, I won't go into it right now.
Tyson said
I keep wanting to watch it on there 'cause it's right here.
Oh yeah, I can
feels
turn this over to you
reawakened
a little
now,
bit if you
and
want.
he's ready to start fighting again in charity matches. The former heavyweight champion Tyson, 50-6, 44 KOs, has suddenly woken up a lot of boxing fans about his existence since the video of him working out was posted a couple of weeks ago. Thus far, Tyson isn't talking about making a comeback in a real way against the best, but you never know. Big George Foreman says that he first came back, he was thinking of doing exhibition matches, and the next thing you know, he was fighting for the heavyweight world title in his 40s. Tyson showed in the video hand and power that the current crop of top heavyweights would die for. The top heavyweights today don't have the speed, combination punching, and the concussive power that the 53-year-old Tyson still possesses. I feel unstoppable now. The gods of war have reawakened me. They've ignited my ego and want me to go to war again, said Tyson. Imagine I went out there and fought. I could help all these people and animals we're talking about. That's really what it's about. Even though Tyson won't be the same fighter that he was earlier in his career, it'll be fun to see what he can do with his still incredible hand speed and punching power. He can probably dish it out well for a short period. Where Tyson might have problems is on the conditioning side of the game and his ability to take punishment in return. In Tyson's last two fights against Danny Williams and Kevin McBride in 2004 and 2005, he gassed out after 2 rounds. Tyson ended up getting stopped in both fights. It's now 15 years later, and it's doubtful that Tyson's stamina has improved during this time. Tyson doing exhibition matches is perhaps as good as it gets, and it's still going to be a lot of fun to see him in action. Already retired 4 heavyweights are following Tyson's lead in looking to come back for exhibition
that belt
matches.
looks like shit.
Oliver McCall, Evander Holyfield,
Yeah, I'd hate to
Shannon
have that
Briggs,
belt.
and James Toney are interested in doing exhibition matches. It would be interesting to see some of the many other fighters come back for exhibition matches. Who wouldn't want to see the likes of Julian Jackson, Bernard Hopkins, Kostya Sizu, Vladimir Klitschko, and Mikkel Kessler come back for
Klitschko.
exhibition fights?
Yeah, I could do without Klitschko.
Shannon Briggs says
I'll
he
just
and
see Tyson
Tyson would
fight fucking
potentially go to
McGregor.
war
Shannon
if he
can't.
fought him in an exhibition match. Briggs says he'd like to
McGregor
take
would
it
tear him
easy,
up.
but he's not sure that
No,
Tyson
only
will.
boxing though.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think if Tyson got that hit.
Okay, so when you first told me that, I said that's a bad idea and I didn't want to see it. And I'll take it back because I was thinking like a legit competitive match, or
Yeah.
like, you know, like, is he going to fight for a belt? No, he's not going to fight for a
Well,
belt.
he said he.
But, and I know exactly where this comes from. Like, the fact that Conor McGregor was able to fight Floyd Mayweather. There was no belt on the line, but that they both got like
$30
hundreds of
million
millions of dollars, right?
So much money.
Was
So
it
like you
hundreds of
said-
millions?
Well, Conor got 100 million. Floyd probably got somewhere between
300.
3 and 4.
What's Conor doing with his money?
Huh?
What's he doing with his money?
He's,
Slaughter.
Whatever the hell
he's
he wants.
smacking old people up in bars in Ireland. Like,
Is he living in Ireland now?
well, he lives in Ireland, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's from Ireland.
Yeah.
And I don't know where he's living now. He could be living anywhere, but seems to have a little bit of trouble every once in a while with authority and whatnot. But
Right.
you know what?
You see that video of him like tearing up a bus or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah.
threw like
That was
he threw
long-
like
that
a
was
chair
a
or
long time
something.
ago.
No, he
That's
threw
the
a
most
hand
recent
truck, like
Yeah.
a
memory
hand
of
dolly
it.
through
Yeah.
it, and Michael Chiesa.
Somebody was
and-
talking shit. I guess he quit his job at the Taco Bell.
Good job.
Yeah.
But,
I have not been keeping up with them.
Yeah. He quit his job. I mean, is
There's
that-
another video. If you just type in Mike Tyson's workout, and you get to really see him
Okay.
working out and stuff. I mean, his hand speed and the power that he comes through. And again, like you said, if you're going to stay away from him and make him chase you, he'll gas out. But if you're going to try to stand in there, he's going to slip inside. He's going to kill your kidneys.
well, okay, with who? With me or with a young professional boxer? 'Cause
I even think with a
gonna
young
be
professional
No,
boxer.
He's not going to beat
He's
MJ
not.
because he would run.
I think.
Right.
I think a
Yeah,
young guy who's
you
really
would
well
you would
trained
make him run.
would be
He'd
able
have to
take him
chase
on.
you exactly.
But-
Let's say
I think
let's
that's
say
for sure.
Canelo Alvarez. If he gets in there with Canelo Alvarez, he's getting knocked out quick.
I don't know enough modern fighters, but I know.
But you know what? Anybody can be caught. I think watching so many fights, you should know that anybody can get caught.
Well, I think
Oh, for sure. We always talk about this. He's got a puncher's chance,
Yeah.
but
He's
a
got a
good
hell
fighter
of a
doesn't put him
puncher's
in
chance.
a place to get hit. Like
Well,
look
that's
at
what
Floyd
I'm saying.
Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is
he's
had,
the best runner in boxing.
yeah, he's had what I think 50 professional fights, and he's been like rocked maybe twice. You can actually like go back to see. I mean, it's one thing to say you get hit, right?
Yeah.
But to where you get rocked, he's never been knocked out.
But then
But-
if he's never fought anybody like Roy Jones Jr. either, you know.
Floyd Mayweather,
Yeah.
he's fought some hard punchers. Like
But I'm talking someone like Quick, you know, when Roy Jones was
Oh,
at
yes,
the
he
top
has.
of his
Yes.
prime, and
You're
Is
saying
this a-
Floyd Mayweather has never fought any legit contenders?
well, I'm
Is this a fighting podcast now?
Okay, I'll quit. I'll quit talking.
Science and technology is our base.
All right. So
what base?
Anything under the moon, brother.
Well, so we were
Yeah, you got
talking
one
about
on the front side of the
HGH and testosterone replacement and
Roy
also
Rambo's
stem cells.
watching, so is Jenny Bratcher.
What up,
Crafton.
yo?
I hear that probably is not bad for people, you know, and as they get older to keep, you know, their testosterone levels up and everything.
Yeah.
Well,
It
there's
also has
a
good
lot
effects
of
on the
former
body.
athletes that are going, you know, over to
I mean, I've done a lot of
down to
research.
Mexico and over to Europe to do the stem cells, and some of them are, you know, coming
Yeah.
back, whether it's wrestlers
I
or
think
baseball
Brazil
players.
and Colombia, I think, are doing a lot of those. But
MJ, can I do a PSA real quick? How to deactivate your Alexa device?
sure.
Okay, this is how to deactivate your Alexa device.
You know it's not going to work, right?
You know what? Apparently after you do this, it never comes back on.
All right, let's hear it. Bring it. Come strong with it.
Alexa, can I take a doo-doo on your tum-tum? Maybe not. Oh wait, she wasn't on. Alexa, can I take a doo-doo on your tum-tum?
I don't know, it's getting late. I have some stuff I need to do. Goodbye.
Wow. That did work.
And she's out.
That was 30 seconds of my life. I'll never
Alexa.
get back.
Hey, I'll give that back to you, man.
Alexa. Nothing.
It might
So-
be that
she deleted your
DMT
number,
release
bro.
at the end,
Yeah, I guess she did.
but you're gonna get it back.
Yeah. So do you know who Sebastian Maniscalco or I don't know how to say the last name. Maniscalco.
I think is it Russian?
Anyway, this is a home invasion of Sebastian Maniscalco, not the stand-up comedian. This is his
Right.
cousin, same name, but this guy actually trains MMA.
Yeah.
And these guys try to break into his
Wrong
house. And
house.
This is all up in.
It must have been
in
random,
Chicago.
right? Random house.
In Chicago?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, do you want to
It doesn't say here. It
a
doesn't,
UFC
it
trainer
doesn't say here,
house?
Austin, whether it's random or not.
Well, it's better. Old lady would be better than a UFC
All right.
fighter.
So here we go. This is how this goes down. And this is terrifying.
And you know what? Hold on, before you do that, we were talking about this is the perfect time to rob somebody because everybody's walking around with masks.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Is that your PSA?
I just need it in there somewhere.
All right, so these two guys show up in the house. They knock on the door. They force their way in. You really can't see a whole lot of this.
But you know what? They don't look like suspects because they got masks on their face. Because everybody's got a mask on right now. It's the best time in the world to be a robber. Actually, you saw that?
All right, so apparently they're inside the house now. They have a handgun out. And there's a struggle right now. There's a
And they
struggle going
pointed
on.
the gun at his family.
Yeah. Now let's have us go outside. Alright, this guy has no shoes on. You can tell he's just like lounging around in his house.
Yeah.
And he's kicking the shit out of this guy. But you also have to realize he's got another guy in his house with his family with a handgun. So that guy takes off. Oh, I thought this was a different
And then
version.
he goes back in and grabs the gun and shoots the guy?
See, that's what I don't understand. But the other guy that was inside the house,
So he chases one dude out, and then the dude's still in there.
the other guy, so he had to go back in, and there was another version of it where you see him run back in, and then you hear a shot, and apparently, I don't know how he got the gun from or whatever, but the man number 2 that broke into the house ended up dead.
Are we
And
gonna watch another one or should I turn the lights on?
we can wait for
Like I
that.
said, wrong house, wrong time.
Yeah, I thought you said some girl named Dorothy lived here and she was
Really
68,
shouldn't be
you
breaking
know?
into people's houses.
All right.
He's lucky that he didn't shoot the other guy and drag him inside.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Oh, they were both inside.
If he would have killed that man, he would have been totally justified in doing so. And
The
I
one
hate to say
inside,
that.
anyhow, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what the law says, right?
but
Yeah.
you point a gun at my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I mean, live by the sword, right?
exactly eye for an eye, and if you're prepared to take a life, you might as well.
I can see his
have
mom.
yours taken.
I can see his
because
mom at his funeral going, being like, "This is the way he would have wanted it."
She's probably proud. She's
Yeah.
really proud.
But anyway, Sebastian
I love my damn
Maniscalco's
son!
cousin, Sebastian Maniscalco, apparently don't break into that motherfucker's house.
Yeah,
No. Oh yeah.
yeah.
They should.
He was putting some whoop ass on
It's
him,
just a
too.
bad idea.
If there's an app right now, like for crooks, like where not to break into,
Right. There's
it
an
was
app
his
for that.
location, you know.
It's like you have to know where the senior citizens live. So with you, as long as this coronavirus is going on, you can have the mask on and go out and rob the elderly.
So we can create a database, and then we would know all the people's house that we can't break into because
Right.
they train MMA or jiu-jitsu and all that shit. Which reminds me of this story, and this is the
It can be Act 211.
the porn industry is going to be helping out Hollywood because the porn industry for years has kept a database of all the porn actors
And the biggest
and
cocks.
actresses and who is infected and who is not, who
The
can work
fattest
and who
pussies.
can't. So they keep this database, and now like when Hollywood's coming back and they're going to be able to shoot all these movies, they're going to have to keep a database of who can work and who's infected and whatnot. So the porn industry is stepping up and helping out Hollywood and this.
Saying, hey, you can use our software.
Yeah. So
That's funny.
here's the article. Hollywood could learn a few things from the porn industry when it comes to protecting its film crews from a major health scare. As Tinseltown gears up to restart production in the wake of the coronavirus, it could turn to its freaky cousin, the adult entertainment industry, for battle-tested solutions developed during the HIV/AIDS epidemic, according to the new report. Quote, when we first started talking about COVID, we felt we were very prepared because we had a whole history of testing within the industry as well as contact tracing and production shutdowns. Mike Stable, representative for the Free Speech Coalition, a trade association for the U.S. adult industry, said. this is obviously a different type of virus that is a different type of threat, but we understood in general how it works and how it would work and what we would need to do in order to protect ourselves. So, I don't know, just to me, this is kind of like almost irony. Like Hollywood is going to turn to the porn
True
industry
that.
to ask them, look, how do we get started back up and make sure that we're protecting ourselves? So, that's what I wanted to get out of that
Dude, you know what? And
The funny thing is, it means porn is more stable than Hollywood.
right now.
Well, we can
Right
learn
now,
a lot
yeah.
from the porn industry. I've been saying that for years.
Yeah,
dude,
Me
you know
too.
what? My psychologist
I learned
laughed.
Chicago stroke from
My
it.
psychologist literally laughed at me when I said porn one day will save the world.
Mhm.
That's ridiculous.
Little
And
did he
now-
know. Little did he know.
Little did he know.
I see,
Little
all,
I said, how dare you speak
I see
poorly
porn.
on porn?
I see porn up doing all
Dude,
sorts
hey,
of like charitable things.
Let me see if Alexa's talking
Kind
to
of
me.
funny. I think they do it for the meme, but it's also
Alexa,
This is a great podcast.
Alexa,
I'm saying
I'm
she's
not
not.
talking to you, Austin. Go away.
All right, so I want to talk to you about the very moment that I realized, because I'd been telling you I'm not a Post Malone fan for a long
Yeah.
time.
my
Not
prediction from the
interested.
2019 podcast, what my number one prediction was just Post Malone.
The moment that I realized that I was wrong about him was when he did this.
Is that Travis Barker, by the way?
Man, I don't know who any of these
Do
guys
you know
are.
Travis
Austin.
Barker?
Yeah.
Is that him? You can tell if he jumps around when he plays the drums.
So this is a live tribute to Nirvana, and most musicians don't try to do Nirvana songs because Kurt Cobain is such a hard voice to emulate.
Right.
Um,
And you just end up sounding stupid.
you end up sounding stupid, and that's why I appreciate the fact that Nirvana as a band didn't try to get another frontman who would emulate Kurt Cobain. They're all
Right.
like, look, that's over. That music will live in infamy, or I don't know if infamy is the right word. That'll live in lore.
Well,
maybe.
plus Kurt was doing so much of that music that Dave Grohl was just on the side. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Dave Grohl did his
So I
own thing.
mean, yeah, the Foo Fighters is totally a different style, different band,
Well,
and
here-
that's a lot of
Do you guys
Dave
know what Foo
Grohl.
Fighters are?
Here's
Yeah.
what I would say is that you wouldn't hear Kurt Cobain's voice and say that is a lead man rock star,
Right.
and you wouldn't hear Nirvana's music and say, well, Nirvana's music is awesome, but I don't know
You know what?
But here, hold on, let me finish this
Okay.
thought. Is that when you do hear Kurt Cobain's voice put over Nirvana's music, it just fucking works, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's undeniable, like
Yeah.
it's good, but I think if you hear both of them separate, you don't get it until you hear it together.
Right. You know, this reminds me of the Santana thing when they talk about the strings and instrument and what it's made of and what the pedal. It's like it comes
Yeah, and
from
we'll get
here.
to that in a minute. But let me play
But
this.
that's
Good harmony.
That's Kurt Cobain. It
I'm
wasn't
gonna-
his voice. It
I'll
was,
play part of this Post Malone Nirvana tribute, which I
Okay.
fully admit, I'm like, I was watching it live, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a debacle. Like, this guy can't do
He can't pull
Kurt
this
Cobain.
shit off.
He can't. And I was watching it, and I was like, well, fuck me. I was wrong about fucking Post Malone.
Austin was right. He called me into his room and he was like, "You're right about this."
I think it was right there. I was like, fuck.
Wait, I thought this guy was a rapper. Should we talk over it so they don't pick up the algorithm of this show?
This was live to air. I don't think we have a problem with this.
Okay.
This was a live event. A live free event, yeah.
I love the shirts.
They're all wearing like dresses, house dresses.
Post Malone's actually like really versatile.
Oh.
He did like a bunch of rap songs.
Are you a post?
All right, right here, right here.
As much as some of my roommates, but my roommate is a dude, but he's good. He's definitely talented.
All right, so that was the time that I realized that I was wrong about Post Malone.
MJ's a postie now.
You know, Post Malone has a tattoo of himself on a horse in knight's armor.
That's,
I think that's
that
the
might be
funniest
better
shit
than
I've
the
ever
Steve-O tattoo
Yeah.
of himself on his back.
No way.
Knight's armor. You said, did you
No
say
way.
Knight's armor?
Steve-O
Yeah,
is
he's a
such
knight's armor on a
a.
horse on his like. It's like.
I
on
mean,
his
you
arm or
talk
some
about
shit.
an interesting dude.
Yeah.
Steve-O is
I'm
interesting.
just mad that he has it, so now I feel bogus if I got it.
MJ's got a pic. He's got a selfie with Steve-O.
I do. I saw Steve-O right here in Bloomington at the Laugh Comedy Club in like 2013, something like that. but got a picture of him, and I say stand up. He's not a stand up. He is a storyteller.
He's a storyteller, yeah. Kind of like
He's
But
got
it-
some hella stories.
It was an interesting show.
kind
I'll
of
tell
like
you
Bert
that.
Kreischer, right?
Bert Kreischer's a stand up.
Yeah.
He is a storyteller, but he's a stand up.
And
It's
no
like-
one tells stories like
But
Steve-O. I mean,
the
that
majority
guy
of what he
there-
does is anecdotes. You know what I'm saying?
We
watched the
actually
show
were
about,
in
Bert Kreischer.
so good.
He's just
South Carolina,
Like a series about
and
it.
it's not a Steve-O story, but it's right along that lines. I ran into Don Vito
no
in
shit
the hotel.
from Bam Margera.
Yeah. And what it was we were at a hotel in Myrtle Beach, but we were in North Myrtle Beach. At that time, I didn't know the North.
Is this the story about the time you sucked off Don Vito?
No. That was
Okay,
a
that was-
different time. That
You
was
licked your butt. You
It
licked
was
his
a different
butthole.
time,
Right?
Oh, he put his finger in your
he
butthole.
licked it.
There's
boom.
so many Don Vito stories.
Nail on the
Okay,
head.
well,
nail on the
okay,
head.
let's. I digress. Continue with your story. I didn't mean to ruin it for you.
I think you regressed, and
I think it was 2 fingers this time.
I'm
That's an
embarrassed
ingress.
to tell it now. Yeah, I'm embarrassed to tell it now. Long story short, stay out of the hotels in North Myrtle Beach.
Done.
Right.
Done. I will definitely do that. So,
Just-
Just,
might put
just
his fingers
Steve.
on
Just search on Pornhub. Steve Prolapse. Pornhub.
I think, yeah, that should be off there by now. I
Yeah.
mean, I've tried to take it off several times. It keeps getting put back up.
well, we have this recurring theme of like comedy specials that are dropping, and there were 2 of them. One of them dropping today, and Doug Stanhope just recently dropped, and it's on Vimeo, and it's only $10. But hey, if you're stuck indoors and you're hiding from the coronavirus, that's a $10 well spent. And this is the
Quit masturbating and watch the show.
this is the trailer for the Doug Stanhope special, and it's just one joke. But to me, it reminds me of, oh, this is why I love Doug Stanhope, and I will definitely pay $10 to watch this special. So here it is.
To drop the mic.
Hit the lights off.
Idea that the
Mitchell,
expression
they're rug over here.
making fun could ever be a negative. You shouldn't make fun. What? I'm sorry, did I take some subjects that are ugly and dark and soul lacerating, painful, shitty, maybe unavoidable in life kind of stuff, and I made it fun? What a dick I must be.
That's it.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey-o.
Should we go straight to
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt after
Yeah,
that?
why
Okay,
not?
so this is Patton Oswalt dropped today, and this is if you have Netflix, it's free on Netflix. Go watch it. Patton Oswalt.
We had to have wallpaper hung, and my contractor
What's up,
said,
Digga Dave?
I have a wallpaper
Dig a
guy.
dig.
This dude is Michelangelo. He's a little sketchy, but your wallpaper's gonna look amazing. I go, okay, well, let's hire him. There's a guy in my kitchen, he's got 2 wooden sawhorses, and draped over them big pieces of wallpaper. He's putting paste on them. And the guy putting up the wallpaper, I can't see him, but I can hear him. He's in the room where the wallpaper's going up, and he's going, Carby! You got too much paste near the seams, it's bubbling up! I gotta scrape it, god damn it, Carby! I look at the guy with the sawhorses, and I say, I assume you're Kirby. And the guy at the sawhorses said, there's no Kirby. Two Fleetwood Mac songs in a row on the radio, god damn it, Kirby!
All right, so Patton Oswalt,
Minnie Should love that joke.
free. Well, I say it's free. I mean, you pay for Netflix, so it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
free. But if you already pay for Netflix, you can watch it for free, right?
Hey.
And it
No
just
additional
dropped tonight,
charges.
So you're welcome,
And it's like all of a sudden they're asking for my fucking credit card number.
right?
Fuck, I thought they said Pornhub Premium was free. It's
Only
like, why
for
the
a
fuck
week.
you need my fucking for 8 days?
I told you, man.
It's
Get
like-
off the Pornhub and go to YouPorn. I've told you this many times, time after time.
Yeah.
You keep kissing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about
don't
some-
worry about the coronavirus. You better worry about your computer virus.
Right. Well, I don't have to worry about anything.
What if the
I just give it to
coronavirus
my
went
brother.
digital? What if the coronavirus went inside our computers? Like it's the first cross-platform virus, right? Like you can catch it as a human, or you
Right.
can also give it to your computer, like,
Right?
and
No
then like
shit.
you breathe
You
on your
get it,
computer, and your computer's like, oh, you just fucked me up, man. Now I got a virus.
Right. I think the animal porn fucked my computer up. So
Talk about
It should.
I'm
It
just
should.
kidding.
talk
But
about talk about a virus that can adapt, right?
Right?
I took my
Like it
computer and
jumps
I'm like,
on,
it's fucking not
computer.
working. I
Right.
was like, and don't look at it.
The
Don't look
coronavirus
at my
Advanced
history.
technology.
The coronavirus has jumped digital. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we knew it could go from like tigers to humans,
Fucking
from
Wuhan
bats,
digital.
And a lot of birds
To-
too. Bats.
Fucking Wuhan
Yeah.
digital, man.
And now it's digital. It goes into computers, and it what it
China
does
dropped
is
the
it
coronavirus, cybervirus.
it releases all your Pornhub and YouPorn information
Fucking
to the
Chinese
general public.
cyber
And now
virus.
everybody knows what you're into. So
Right.
now everybody knows what Louis C.K. felt like.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I like beating off in front of people. Now
you know what?
Oh,
People
wait,
know-
you're into fat Asian chicks.
Who isn't?
Man, you're fucking strange, dude.
Dude, you know what they be like? He likes girls with small tits. He likes
What
girls
is there,
with
like,
big tits.
3 fat
He
Asian
likes
chicks?
girls with little pussies, and he likes girls
I
with
mean,
fat pussies.
Do you count sumo wrestlers? Because I count those as fat Asian chicks.
Well, my thing is, if you can't see their penis, is that just kind
Yeah,
of
that's a chick then. That's a
Yeah.
chick. You're fucking a hole, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a crevice or a crack
Yeah.
or something.
And I would tell you what, when a 400-pound man walks into anywhere wearing a diaper, I'm considering that I'm gonna fuck that.
Yeah, right?
Or
Oh.
yeah, I mean it's again when we go back eye for an eye, it's either him or you. You know?
Right. Somebody's got to go.
Somebody's heading straight for an ass smacking.
Yep.
That's the way it's gonna happen.
Right.
Guess that's how it is in Japan.
Hey, you know it gets crazy over there. I heard. I mean, you know, again, I knew somebody. Knew
Oh.
somebody.
Who dropped the soap?
Well,
Oops,
that's why I like
can't-
a 3-foot soap.
Yeah.
That way I just like rub up on it like a cat. Like that.
No, dude, you don't want a 3-foot piece of soap because they end up sticking that in your ass.
Again, I
You're
had
just
that
giving-
cauterized.
You're just giving them a prop.
A prop. Well, it's not shape conducive for
It
insertions.
doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I mean, if you get enough velocity, it's gonna go into the hole.
Well, let's hope
Doesn't matter how it's shaped.
Let's hope- It's natural soap, so it's not really slick.
Yeah, I mean, it's unnatural when
you're
it
making it even worse.
it's unnatural when it gets inserted into your body, but it might be natural, ingredients.
Hey, it's the same coming out. That's all I know.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's like eating La Bamba, after the bars close, right?
Exactly.
Like,
Looks
what's the same coming out?
Catch this and put it back in a tortilla.
Too much corn.
Little bit, pull off the hard L's. It's tortilla.
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 So I've got this commercial of Carlos Santana, and I was watching it. It came up in between like some of my been learning how to play the guitar videos.
Yeah.
And
How's your fingering, by the way?
It's good.
Austin, how's MJ's
You want to
fingering?
see some hard calluses on the end of my fingers? They're right there.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the fingers of a guitar player,
Oh,
which I'm not quite calling myself yet, but I'm
You
getting
should-
close.
Why don't you
What,
call
dude,
yourself guitar
what's the
practicer?
nomenclature? Is it like guitar player, then guitar smith, and then
I wish I could learn
fucking
I think it's
cosmic dick
Guitar
slinger?
practicer.
I
Yeah, I got to work on my lefty fingering definitely.
Why do they say doctors are practicing?
I guess maybe I get that from you. I can't do anything with my left hand.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, this commercial came up on my guitar feed, and I didn't like it until about halfway through, and then I realized
If you want to play
yeah.
the guitar,
Carlos Santana is a master of that instrument.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like,
Hella master.
this guy's just bullshitting, but yeah, he knows what he's talking about. Here we go.
what
When you
looks like
play
a pyramid
music,
stick? Oh, plus one. Comes from
you're
here.
bringing light
Within.
into the darkness. I want to teach because I love watching humans unfold their wings. We're here to get people's attention.
Spoken like the true alien that he is, right?
I'm giving you reference to an attitude. Some people will
We're
say,
eating that oven
what
for the
kind of
pizza.
pedal is that? Or what kind of strings? Or what kind of guitar? What kind of amplifier? No, it was soul, heart, mind, body, and your vitals. One note. And with that note, people go, whoa! If you don't stand like that, it ain't gonna sound like that.
That's true too.
Before you put your
It's harmonics.
fingers on the fret, visualize these strings from your eyes to your heart. And then you play. Whew. Watch out, world. The real musicians make the ugliest face to create the most beautiful.
Newfoundland. They're leaving Earth and they're like, the gravity is pulling their face like, and if your face don't show that you're making an effort, then you're not going to touch the listener. We tend to look for greatness always in somebody else rather than yourself. Go inside and get your sound. You can only go into the heart by you being vulnerable to yourself. That's a whole other level of musicianship. I'm Carlos Santana. This is my masterclass.
All right. So I think as much as I didn't like that when I started watching it, by the end I was like, okay, I believe it.
Is there a few of those? It seems like he was saying you can't be privy to love if you are not acceptable to pain.
I must have been hearing something different.
No, he was just talking about going within yourself and knowing how to bring that out. But wasn't there another one where people were asking him, it's like, what kind of pedal are you using? What kind of...
Yeah, I mean, that was in the
guitar
middle.
using?
Like, he was talking about, like, when he makes his sound and people always want to know, like, what equipment were you using?
it's
And
like-
he said, it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
coming from here.
Right.
Right?
Right.
It doesn't matter. The equipment doesn't matter. Which is kind of half true.
I have to call bullcrap on that because
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm constipated on the toilet, I'm making that same face. You put a guitar in my hand, it's not going to sound like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to practice. Remember, how do you get to Madison Square Gardens?
Explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, he's exactly right.
They can get you there.
Yeah.
In practice.
You know, one time, this was way off base.
Oh, this is a good story. Go ahead.
I had white shorts and explosive diarrhea. They called me 101 Dalmatians for 5 years.
Yeah?
Yeah, true story.
That reminds me of the time that I wore my underwear on backwards over to Hague drugstore.
Yeah. No, I think that was me.
Is that a fly? That is a fly.
Wow, there's a fly in here?
Yeah.
Wow. Now it has a coronavirus too.
All right,
I like
sorry.
the ambiance of the camera right now.
It's a carrier.
You remember what MJ? You know, remember
We
what my
should.
name was back then when we used to hang out at at was it Hag Drugs or?
I used to call you AJ. What did that?
It was like, I think it was People's for a very short time. Then it turned
Yeah.
to Hag Drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the Kroger, like until like 1978 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, right,
78,
right. Yeah, maybe 70. I don't know.
Yeah. It's been Diamond Vogel for a long fucking time.
Right.
It's probably been Diamond Vogel longer than it was.
Shout out to
Kroger.
Steve Speaker
Yeah,
if he's
definitely,
watching.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
But anyway, there was this football match in Korea, and when I say football match in Korea, it's a different. They play. They're like the Brazilians and the South Americans. They play soccer. They call it football.
So
but
it's football.
Well, dude, doesn't it make more
Football.
sense to call it football because you can't touch it with
Yeah,
your hand?
I
and
mean,
we call it-
phonetically, it makes a lot more sense. But they got in a little bit of trouble because they put dummies, mannequins, dolls in the stands so that the players would like respond a little better,
Yeah.
like it feels
Didn't
like
feel
you're playing in
anything.
front of people. Well, there was a problem, and we will explore that little problem right now.
The South Korean football team apologizes for using sex dolls to fill the stands. The K Club FC Seoul said the dolls used to make stadiums look less empty had been ordered inadvertently after a misunderstanding. But fans are they're not believing this misunderstanding.
That's the one I would
At
fuck
least,
right there. Dude, you know the greatest thing about this is you can legally fuck any one of these.
And
Legally.
people
Yeah.
didn't believe
And come
it was
inside
just a
them.
mistake.
They're inanimate.
Well, whatever it is,
They're mannequins.
definitely
It's so funny that
Wait till they start. Wait till you can't tell the
crazy
difference.
stuff in the crazy world.
You accidentally rape a real one? Oh shit.
that's funny. I don't really even see why it
That
matters.
is not funny.
Those kind of like stage goers.
Oh shit. I can't believe I just said that.
I think
I'm
it's
never
funny.
gonna be able to run for president now.
I think it's so funny that
I just gave up my presidency. Not gonna be able to run now after that one.
Yeah, that's gonna haunt you.
Yeah.
That one's definitely gonna haunt you.
Somebody's gonna dig this up 20 years from now, and they're gonna probably get me fired as mayor.
I don't see anything wrong with
Illinois homeowners, if you have a power meter like
stands with
this
sex
inside your house,
I-
you can
I
qualify
actually
to
don't.
erase
I think
your
it's funny
power
that
bill.
the fans were able to notice they were
No.
sex dolls. They're like,
Well,
Yeah.
this
come on,
day
now I
and
got
age,
that one.
if you put anything on the internet,
Someone's
you know
gonna-
people are going to decide
MJ,
dissect every
That was
frame
probably
of
found
that
out too.
video.
Hey,
right?
did you hear what I
Yeah.
said?
No.
I said the greatest thing about that is you can fucking use one of your fans that you want. I was like, because they're inanimate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I said, wait till you can't tell the difference between the real ones and the fake ones.
Right.
And you accidentally rape one of the real ones.
The best ones look like they're surprised. They're like,
Yeah, well, it just looked like someone hit a good ball or made a good play, and everybody's surprised in the stands. You know,
Right.
it was crazy how they all looked alike too.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know what? I think. Remember, what's that
That's also
line
very
between
cool.
creepiness that we've talked about several times?
Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny
The
Valley,
uncanny valley. Yeah, it's like
They're sitting right in the middle of
it's
it.
like you know what? It might make the players a little bit uncomfortable if you've got some girl like.
Constantly.
Or
What
no,
if-
no,
what-
she's like this.
What if they looked
She's got
over
her
and all they
legs
seen
up.
was a pair of legs?
Yeah, dude, she's got her. All the fans. Why are the fans all got their legs up, ready to fuck? Like, I don't know. It's like, but after the game, you can fuck anyone you want. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's like pretty soon they're gonna start moving around.
Well, you know, one of the nastiest jobs in the world. It
Is the
used to
fucking
be.
jizz mopper at Risky's?
It used to be that, but now it's the sex doll cleaner.
The sex doll cleaner?
Yeah, you know, I mean, there are people that rent them out. You
I just
know?
think-
You buy like a stable of sex dolls and stuff. You know, you got your ways.
Dude, you know what? If you want to establish, okay, this is my first bit of
How much
advice
do you think
about the
someone
sex doll.
half-asses that job though?
You know, I hope not, especially
I hope
now
not
with
too. It's
Corona.
very important.
Okay, dude, this is how it works. If you want to establish a good relationship with your sex doll, for some reason my phone's going off. The way to keep her clean is you just take her into the shower with you every morning. You know what I'm saying?
You
gotta
might
clean the-
want to take yours to the car wash.
Well, it's like you can get it done in the shower. Of course, it's like you just gotta lay them down flat, and then fucking you can just like kick their pussy like this.
You know what?
Squirt some shampoo in there and get all the cum out of there.
You know what kills me, and this, I've always said this ruins a sex doll, is when they add AI to a sex doll.
Yeah.
You don't want.
You don't want the brain, no.
No.
No. I don't
That's-
even want her to be able to walk.
No, you
Then she
definitely
can run
don't want
away.
them to be able to talk back. You know.
Yeah.
You
That-
see him doing that though.
I had one that could
luxuries.
walk, and she actually ran away.
Yeah, well, that was the oddest thing too,
I
because
think
her
it
legs
ran
were
for
on
her.
backwards.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know why her legs were on backwards.
hey, I got the pizza started.
Pizza.
So it's 6:52. We got to finish strong. You guys what are we gonna finish strong on? This has been a pretty good podcast, I think.
Oh, they're an hour?
Yep.
We
Oh, I
can
thought
keep
we
it
were
now. I mean, we don't have to stop if we don't want, but
My friend Marlo just said, "Who's the handsome guy?"
it's me.
That'd be me.
That is Jordan. That's my
Oh,
best
man.
friend.
Jordan?
That's my good friend Steve Trainer's son.
Hello.
21.
How do you know she was talking about him?
Just because I know what she's into.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
You know what she's into.
Marlo.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So
that
let's
was
a good
Marlo's one of
transition,
my
I
best
guess,
friends.
into AI a little bit.
let's finish on this. We got a couple things here. Tiger King star Carol Baskin is
no.
selling COVID-19 masks to benefit Big Cat's first responders, and of course they say right on the front of the mask, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens." I honestly think if you see anybody wearing this mask, you should be able to
Punch 'em in the
86
face.
their ass. Yeah.
Dude, we gotta get one of her masks and hang it up in here somewhere.
Punch her right in the
Huh?
face.
You know what? I was talking about MG with this earlier, and I said, what if the whole fucking Tiger King? It's like, what if
Profiting
everybody
off
was an
10
actor?
too, it's pretty-
And he looked at me like this, and he goes, "That'd be even better."
It would almost make it better, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Like if that was all just
Made up shit.
Because they got everybody.
Unfortunately.
They got everybody.
Yeah, they would have gotten everybody.
What if there are professional actors?
You know,
I don't know.
Have you
If-
seen it,
If
Jordan?
they
Yeah,
are,
I've watched
then,
it.
then it's fucking genius.
It is. It would be a genius.
Right?
It's like
The greatest
thing is,
folks that
it's-
ever
It's so
ever
crazy
pulled.
that it's not unbelievable. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
say
it's like
true life is
you
stranger than
can't-
fiction.
You can't write that shit, right?
Yeah. Especially when he married the second dude. You know?
Oh, the third
that's
dude.
fucking awesome.
Third dude,
The
yeah.
third dude.
Yeah. The third dude. Yeah. Did he have 3?
Yeah, the one that's still waiting on him in prison.
And dude, and the fact that everybody's fucking shooting guns everywhere and like drunk and fucking on meth.
And then that one chick, or I'm sorry, I need to call her a guy, got her arm bitten off.
Right. And then she
Right.
was back to work like the next day.
Like it was 8 days later.
Okay. I think it was 7. I think it was 7.
Maybe 7 or 8. Yeah.
I don't have work comp.
But
and didn't sue.
the first thing
She went back to work.
If you watch
I didn't
that,
want to give the animal
fir-
rights activists the fuel.
right,
of
the
waiting
first
in the
thing that Joe Exotic said was like, "I'm never gonna financially recover for this." I'm like, "Oh, you're a piece of shit." Like that's the
Yeah.
first thing you think about.
Wow.
Like when one of your
Dude,
employees
That
got
became a
arm-
meme.
Dude, and you know what?
How
is
about,
weird?
how about you need a hand?
Dude, and you know what is weird about him, and
He
this
put
is
on
why I
fucking
think it's fake.
paramedic
What was What was his real name?
For it.
It was almost as cool as his fake name.
Oh, his
No,
fake
his real name was like some kind
It
of
was
long Jewish name, like
awful.
Joe.
It was like some Eastern European shit.
Yeah, it was not cool.
But
at
it
all.
was interesting.
It
It was like something like travel or.
It was really long. It started with like an S, I think.
Here, let me see.
Look up Joe Exotic's real name.
I
I'll
got
tell
this.
you what, that whole thing is just ridiculous, and it's just hard to believe. Hey, you never know what's going on this.
And he
shit.
ran
Shriv,
for
it's that name, Shrivvogel.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna ask Alexa.
Shrivvogel. No, I've got it right here. Sorry.
Alexa, what is Joe Exotic's last name?
Joe Allen Shrivvogel. You're talking so loud that the Alexa in my room is answering you.
Alexa, what is Joe Exotic's last name?
All right, so we already got off.
He's yelling like he's
So,
escaping.
This will be fun. So apparently the recording of Coming to America 2
I can't wait.
is
aren't you
already
coming
under
to
progress, and this is all like
We
footage
shut it
that's
off
caught from like TMZ and stuff, like from outside of the footage. But this does get me excited on how cool Coming to America 2 might be.
Alexa, what's Joe Exotic's last name?
If they're like, Austin, I've already told
Sexual
you.
chocolate. Oh, sexual chocolate. Yep. Coming to America 2 is coming back, starring Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy. Let me hear you make a joyful noise. Arsenio Hall is bringing back his iconic characters for Coming to America 2, and we have pics of Red Brown ready for a sermon in the sequel. Eddie Murphy and Arsenio look to be back in the swing of things as filming continues in Georgia. This is the first time we're seeing any of the celebs in full costume and makeup. Of course, Arsenio famously played 4 different characters: Simi, Morris, Extremely Ugly Girl, and Reverend Brown in the original film. And Friday, he seemed to be shooting a scene as the Reverend Pete, the grayer hair. Keep in mind, it's been 30 years after all. Eddie was on set keeping a watchful eye and overseeing things in a black hoodie and sunglasses. So far, we have a pic of Prince Hakeem, but we do not have Randy Watson, aka Sexual Chocolate, just
Is that
yet.
Leslie Jones?
Tracy Morgan and Leslie Jones were also shooting scenes in full costume, along with another new addition, Lunel, the comic legend. We're still waiting to see if Michael Blackson gets involved, but in the meantime, check out the pics that you see scrolling in the background of everybody else in action. The movie is expected to be released in December 2020.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
This
for
movie
ABC
was,
Live for more news from
like
the sketch.
when we were in high school, it was like the best thing ever.
Yeah, you know, it almost makes me nervous. Them doing another one, it's like,
Yeah, they can't do it and fuck it up, right?
Yeah.
Because that would like fuck up you.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
don't
like,
do it.
man.
And I think that's why one of the most important things that they said in there is like Eddie Murphy is on stage just watching it because Eddie Murphy's not
Right,
gonna let
right.
it. He's not gonna let it be a letdown.
Well,
Like,
they got a good cast.
Yeah.
and dude, you know what? It's like sequels that are shitty are often made fun of. You know what I'm saying?
They're often infamous.
I thought there was gonna be another like you're gonna add something onto that.
Well, I can't. It's
Sometimes
like,
they're just confused.
remember, I dated the first Katie, and then I dated the second Katie, and you and Craig referred to her as Katie 2 Electric Boogaloo. And she started referring to herself as that, as if it were a good thing.
Well, it's not a bad thing, is it?
Oh,
If you've seen Electric Boogaloo, yes, it's a bad
Oh, is
thing.
it? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
compared
remember
to
that?
Breaking.
That's Breaking 2, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
compared to Breaking, yeah, Electric Boogaloo kind of sucked.
yeah.
All
Was
right.
they trying to bring back the youth
So you
center
get
or
the
something?
reference, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Katie 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's hilarious.
Well, I will say right now, for the record, that Katie. What was second Katie's last name?
No, I don't want to do that.
Well, I was gonna say
the one time I
she is not a shitty sequel. She's not.
No.
She is.
No, she is not.
She is not.
But you know
It's a
what? I
sequel
think
to
that was something
Funny
Craig
Bones.
said to be funny, like when he first met her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like she's an excellent human. Both of them are. Actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That, and I
Just
wasn't
someone
trying to
stuck and she didn't
besmirch
even know
Katie
that.
2 or Katie. I
Right.
think they're both. I think they're both great.
Yeah, they were both good people.
All right,
Made me
so
grow as a human.
We're at 7 o'clock. We gonna end this shit.
I was getting ready to say,
Oh,
but
just
I
keep
got an
talking.
idea. Wrap it up.
All right, wrap it up, Steve.
You gonna pull your dick out, are you?
Not this time.
Okay.
I'll wrap it up again later. I know you guys want to see that again. Anyhow, you know, my son's turned me on to this.
Your son
new,
turns you on? That's weird.
New hip hop
Yeah,
rapper.
right.
Turned me on to a new hip hop rapper.
Oh,
That's a threesome.
Good
Trumping
save.
statement
Good
there.
save.
Good save, yeah.
6ix9ine.
Oh yeah,
You want me to
different
put-
son.
you want me to
Different
look that
son.
up?
Go
actually.
out on his new video.
Okay, I have to clarify. Not me. Different son is.
It's Jordan's favorite artist
No,
right
it's
now.
Stevens.
All right,
I don't
it's
fuck with
rapper
this song like
669.
669. He's got.
No,
he's
just
currently
6ix9ine,
in a
it's just
feud
6ix9ine.
right now
It's
with
6.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
But
He
it's like
said Snoop
spelled
Dogg's a
where
six.
the S in 6 is actually a 6 and the N in 9 is actually a 9.
And apparently his new video, like in the 24
Nope, you're not
hours
on
it was
Pornhub.
out, was
You're not on
dropped
porn. You're not
more
on
than
Pornhub. You're on YouTube.
any video
Which
ever.
one?
my
Which
bad.
one?
He just got out of jail.
I
Play the one that
This
did
is the
the new
newest one I think that he just dropped.
Gooba?
Oh yeah, that's just 5 days ago.
Now this guy here is
Or
basically
I think the other one is the one that has like 1 billion views.
a record producer
you
made
should play the
him a
other
star.
one. I just
Found him in
realized.
like a convenience store.
I tell a Nick.
And so he's just a front man. He's basically Milli Vanilli without the lip sync.
191 million views in 1 week. Yeah, that's pretty fucking.
Oh, I guess it's the alright. Okay, it's the same. My bad. It was just a
I
different.
tell a nigga don't dick ride,
Oh,
don't
this is
fake
Tekashi
ride, leave it
6ix9ine?
to the double thick thighs
Yeah.
with
This guy just got out of
I've
prison, right?
I need to say I've never seen
He just got out of prison. And he knocked up some people. Everybody knows he did. And he's telling them he did.
Yeah, that's why he like dressed up as a rat.
Dude, you know what?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He is made by the industry. He's got zero talent. He's just a front man.
Yeah, he's good at promoting himself though. If you get a face tattoo, you're committed.
Right?
I'm thinking about getting a head tattooed on the inside of my mouth.
Well, everybody would see it. And he loves
Dude,
it.
we definitely need to talk over this because this is the #1 song
Yeah,
in the world right
we're
now.
gonna get totally copyrighted.
We definitely gotta fucking keep talking.
You know, as long
Moon
as
Club Podcast, we out.
we out.
Peace out.
When I talk, you better listen. We make beans, watch
So this
out.
got more
Where he dressed up
views
as a
than
rat.
any other YouTube video.